I'm Brian Van, SportbikeTrackGear.com. And now that I have your attention, here is the truth about motorcycle stands, part 2. Okay, in the first video, a lot of views and a lot of comments, and I love that. I love to see that feedback, other folks' opinions, and the biggest pushback was this. You know, tearing those stands apart, that is not real world stress. That stand is only going to have downward force applied to it. You could never crush it from the top to the bottom. You're right, I can't. The Rock couldn't crush it from the top to the bottom because it is very straight there, but what you're missing is real world application, real world physics. The most important thing is this, it is stability. I have a pair of cheap stands on here. Actually, these are the same style stands that Video Steve found on Alibaba. They look like you would pay maybe 20 bucks a piece for them in 30 seconds. My R1's lifting on it. This thing's put together normally. Everything's normal. Bolts are all tight. You ready for this? Well, and notice, okay, I'm not putting hardly any pressure on that. Okay, and the bike is moving all over the place. So here's what I want you to consider. When we look at this upright and we talk about the 90-degree relationship to the ground, when we do that from top down, oh, this thing's really, really strong, okay? But now, as it starts to list over one direction or the next, okay, now you've moved it from its position of strength and you're putting it into a new position where it is not designed to carry that load. That is why it's so important the stand has the kind of structural integrity that both the Pitbull and the Woodcraft stand showed, because I wasn't able to crush them or pull them apart. So as the bike rocks and this moves over, you're gonna have to think about things like the length of this plus the angle. It's some type of a multiplier, and this is for people a whole hell of a lot smarter than me, okay? It needs to be able to manage that. The best practice would be for the motorcycle to not move after it's lifted on the stand, then those things become a moot point. Okay, to be fair, I switched it up. Here's that Pitbull spooled rear. Same bike, same dude. I'm gonna grab it from the same place. I'm actually applying more force now. Notice the motorcycle is not moving on this stand. I said the Woodcraft one was good too, didn't I? Oh, look at that, same result, bike's not moving. I want to show you something. This is called engineering, okay, product development. That's a counterweight right there. These forklift pads, they have to be in this position in order to lift the motorcycle. These need to be up here. Do you notice anything missing? Yeah, that would be the counterweight. What if you're a new rider and you don't know this thing needs to go up there, man? That's not cool. Also, the adjustable width on this, okay? Notice this one doesn't have that. The Woodcraft doesn't have that, but this one has 3 positions and a spring that I now can't use because the width needed to be all the way out. Okay, now that we've got it up on 2 Pitbull stands, front and rear, something I do want to make clear. In this equation now, remember the back is fixed. The swing arm does not pivot side to side at all. It does pivot up and down, but not side to side. Now when you use the forklift front, which is the most common to use from any brand, especially at the track, what you're introducing to the equation is the pivot point, which is, of course, the steering stem. Okay, so that can rock back and forth. So, just to be fair, you'll see I can get some movement. Yeah, same force applied here. The bike does wiggle around. Okay, it's time to just bring this home now. I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings. I'm not. What I'm trying to do is share with you what I've learned over many seasons of doing this now. I'm not getting paid by Pitbull. I'm not getting paid by Woodcraft. To be completely open and honest, the only time I would get paid is if you bought something from me. We'd love if you did. That'd be great. Certainly appreciate it. We'll work hard for you. I promise that. My goal here is to show you the products that are going to get the job done. Not for a week, not for a season, not for 2 seasons, but for many, many years to come. It's important that the motorcycle stand is able to support the bike securely. There's no question, because it's a couple of degrees. You get that thing listing in one direction or the other, and it doesn't take much before you lose the whole thing. And at the end of the day, nobody wants that. The bottom line is this: the Pitbull and the Woodcraft stands are head and shoulders above all these other stands that are coming in a flat box in multiple pieces that you have to bolt together with all this janky tubing and stuff, where you have unions somewhere in the center of the mainframe. The mainframe has to be one solid piece, as both of these stands are. I cannot bend these, I cannot pull these apart. Those other ones, yeah, I could pull all those apart. It's funny, it's fun to watch it at the end of the day, and I've already explained to you too, I'm not even that smart. Let's be realistic. Bill Nye the Science Guy could probably come in here and dispel all the physics that I just talked about, because I have no idea. I've never even had a physics class. But I know if the bike leans over too far, it's gonna fall over. I know that. That's common sense. So there you have it, the truth about motorcycle stands, part 2. You know what? I said I wasn't gonna pull any stands apart.